All right, so we are now recording. All right, so hello YouTube. This is just the ending of a live broadcast on Twitch where we had the failure to communicate and the greatest achievement for some of us this week, and maybe a few shots were fired at each other, and we may or may not have like burning wreckage of our lives coming up. All right, moving on though, we're going to actually take a look at this new Inside StarCitizen. Just a fair warning, I have already pre-watched this, but however, these three haven't, and we would like to get some feedback actually. All right, here we go. So we have Iowa 03. We have Kate Crazy returning from Sea to Stars, and we have our guest from Sweden, you said?
Swiss, actually, yeah.
Ah,
Almost.
Switzerland. Okay. All right. All right, here we go.
Cargo sits at the very heart of the non-combat StarCitizen experience.
Why do they always have
As it
closed
continues
caption?
to evolve in the upcoming Alpha 323 and beyond, its next major evolution is less about the places you'll go and more about the ones you'll start and come back to. Now, hangars, whether they're persistent, instanced, personal, or staging, make up the next frontier of cargo gameplay. And we went to Chad and his team for an early look at where they're going and how they're progressing. Let's find out more.
So yeah, we've had a couple ISCs before to talk about the new cargo and hangars features coming, but now that we're here and about to release things, we want to talk a bit about how that impacts your play experience, even if you don't care at all about cargo.
Quick note, he kept looking to the left. I think that's where his teleprompter was. Look at the clone army.
Bro with cargo.
Oh, look, that's Iowa.
No, that guy moves with too much purpose.
The clone army has begun.
So let's start with persistent hangars. What are they and what does that mean? So
A
a
garage.
persistent hangar is an instance hangar that is going to be assigned to you whenever you select your home location when logging into the game for the first time for a patch. When that happens, what we do is we determine the largest ship that you have and then entitle to you a persistent hangar that's of the size needed to facilitate that ship. Whenever you go into that hangar into the game, that hangar at your home location is always your hangar, and you'll be able to use it like your home. You'll be able to keep things in the hangar, you'll be able to leave things around, you can invite friends in, you can treat it like your own little oasis.
That guy.
I
Talk
love
about
it.
for these personal hangars, how do you actually get into them?
It's like what they had before, but now they're actually implementing it into the live server.
Holy crap, this looks so clean.
I wonder if this is gonna work like the instances in some other games where it just basically routes you to another small server. Where
Yeah,
all the
most
users can-
likely. I don't know if you all knew, but before there was an option in the menu where you could go to your own hangar.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there was
Interesting.
an option, and it was basically like offline hangar where you can like look at your ships and change
Oh, the
equipment.
hangar module. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I
technically
started
they're
then.
they are implementing that now into the live server as a home.
So now I see why the big push for server meshing was coming in.
Yeah.
They need it.
So the thing is that like we know it's going to reconnect you back to the server. It's just going to create an instance that's going to be a copy of whatever your instance is. All right, let's go.
You can
Also, I'm digging the new the half-finished
This UI
MobiGlass.
is so clear.
But I
It's-
like the buttons at the bottom that actually you like have labels and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, home, health, comms, contract maps, journal. Knickknacks is still fucking there. Oh, rep. Nice. Rep is new.
Nice. Landing.
What?
Automated landing, maybe?
Maybe landing view?
Maybe.
Oh, that's interesting.
make a request via ATC for landing, and when we do that, we will check to see if you have any personal hangars entitled to you. You'll be able to enter in using largely the same methodology that you do now.
Oh no.
Land,
Oh my
and
god,
then you can
opening a
just
Same
phone
go in
with
interaction.
boys in the hangar?
Look at that guy, he's so happy. He's like, oh
I mean,
yeah.
dude. Chilling
He's
out.
like, He's like, look at all this stuff I have that is useless and I cannot do anything with it, but I have it. It's mine.
First of all, why did you steal a vending machine?
Exactly.
I mean, if you can.
But they don't
Why
even
not?
work.
He loves his big bennies.
Also,
Most
just
likely he stole it.
okay.
He likes them.
Okay, the couch, yes, that's fine. I mean, I plan on being a carpenter in this game, just making furniture for people. Why is there a bag of slam?
Yeah.
My guy's kind of shady.
As
alright?
far as
Okay.
what can you actually do with your personal
You know,
hangar,
other
what
reasons he
kinds of
may
things
be
can you decorate
exceedingly
with it?
happy include.
What we're going to do is allow you
All right,
to
let's see
pick
what this is.
anything in your inventory up via that freight elevator. You can pick it up off the freight elevator either with your hands or using the tractor beam and just strew it about your location however
Oh,
you
that
like.
looks so bad though. This little cart that you're pushing around. Holy shit,
At
that
it.
looks
Hangars, you'll
bad.
notice several new kiosks. We have the freight elevator
Eh, it
kiosk,
doesn't
which
look
has
that
a
bad.
brand new
It looks much more smooth
UI
than when
and,
people used to push.
Whoa, hold on, back up, what?
The gurneys around.
What
all
is
buggy.
this?
a UI.
Why are we playing Tetris?
Hold on. ASU
Oh, is this our
16 SU
storage?
32. Yeah, I mean, this could be just an animation, could be nothing. So he pressed,
inventory
okay.
system.
Oh no, he pressed the 32. He pressed 32.
Okay, I like
Okay.
where this is going.
to
If I
deal
think
with
if it's what I think
large
it is.
volumes of cargo.
You're going to have on the left-hand side a section that is showing the contents of the platform itself. And on the right-hand side, similar inventory
Oh.
layout with all your armor and
Oh, that's
Yes.
old.
That's what I
Oh. Okay,
But
there's
they need to
okay,
align.
there's filters. Oh, search!
Yeah.
There's an item search. There's an
There
item
is.
search.
called it.
Oh.
Finally.
Oh my god,
Like
we
I said,
have
I
it.
don't know what happened. That well, I
Weapons
mean,
and
I know
items,
exactly what happened,
and
but
then
it's
you
really nice
decide
that
what
as
you
soon
want
as
to spawn
PES was
in the freight
implemented,
elevator.
we just
The freight
snowballed into
elevator
all
then comes
these
up, and then you can
improvements.
start.
Yeah. But repeat what you said earlier, sorry.
Oh, I said I was. I guess at the time I didn't realize how important PES was until I've seen this year just snowball into all these massive improvements to like quality of life and game systems.
On top of
Like, I'm
Squadron
really
42.
happy.
On top of Squadron 42 finished with a
Yeah,
lot of
them-
these guys
them-
coming over.
Clearing up people, I guess, probably helped a lot too.
Yeah.
Doing like loading and unloading of various cargo into your ship and so on.
if you're considerate about how you're loading things and you're trying to optimize your loading
That's some
times,
shady
it'll give you a lot of power as far as,
packages.
for example, making sure that certain kinds of things are front-loaded on the platform to make your
It's just a
multi-crew
display.
loading as streamlined as possible. And anything that's in your inventory, you're going to be able to call up. Some things you might have to put into an
Ooh, look.
I really-
mining
really
bags. Mining bags.
I really hope they let people move illegal stuff. Just, I think it'll be more fun that way.
I think so, yeah.
inventory
Because these are home locations. The security's not scanning here.
Yeah.
container box. We're talking 8, 16, 24, even 32 SU
Nice glitch.
size container boxes that you can put large items in. Now you can raise that up.
Oh,
The inventory. Yeah.
back up.
Oh,
Okay.
consumables, magazines. Do you just see what I see?
Thermals, Weapons
That you can
loadout.
So-
actually like see the ones you have equipped.
So
When
this
you
is
have
the
a weapon?
loot. So this is the loot screen they showed off at Citizen Con. But you notice that they didn't hit open on that box. They hit loot. So they're doing like a quick function to quickly add things to themselves.
So this down here is this down here us, and up
yeah.
here's the box?
Yeah, up there is
Yes.
the box, and then if there's an enemy, they'll basically match it. So there'll be a weapons area here, a magazine
that's
area there, and a consumables area there. Whatever's on the enemy right away, you can quickly just like loot it
That's
into you.
much cleaner.
Yeah, and then this armor core compartment thing is new from CitizenCon because they didn't have that at the time.
So what
Now
is that
you
up
can
there?
raise that
So that's what's
box?
in the box. Yeah.
Okay.
up on the platform, including in collections, transfer that very quickly onto your ship, and then take them to another location. In your
Yeah.
personal hangar, you'll also have access to several other kiosks, starting with the item bank.
which are another form of kiosk, which you could almost consider like a small freight elevator in a way, in that you can retrieve personal items such as clothing, armor, and weapons,
Because
Oh, see,
the
now
item
this
that's being
makes me
delivered
want to
will be
actually
delivered in
go
a tray
to the clothing
that's in the
store
same
and buy a bunch
machine.
of
So you
clothes.
interact that kind of like you interact with a loot box, and you can get that out. So no other player can actually physically get anything from your local inventory.
And these item banks can be found not just within the hangars, but also the wider location, such as your hubs and other key areas
Oh.
of a location
So they're everywhere.
to
Yeah.
retrieve.
Also,
your
they
personal
added on
items.
something
Since
to
you
the
can't
hubs.
interact with your inventory anymore at any given time, it means like we need to have enough item banks around each location so you don't block each other from accessing a terminal, right?
It's just a quicker way to get a quick gun or a few meta pins or your armor without having to load it up from the freight elevator. And
So
the
will
last
we be able
kiosk
to buy
that I
and
want
send straight to the item
Yeah.
bank, or? Ooh.
Yes, so they actually do tell you like when you buy stuff, you can choose the location. Yeah.
to talk
I
about
think-
is
The
I
item
think
bank
it's
will be
more-
one of those locations.
If I did not understand it wrong, I actually think they're gonna remove the local inventory,
It is.
and for it, so technically, if you want to access equipment, you would have to like store it in your cargo area, and you would have to wait for the elevator. If you only want a gun, it's gonna take like 5 minutes just to open the menu, select what you want, wait for the elevator to come, actually take it and equip it. So they added like these inventory screens for like small consumables and stuff like this, so that you can just grab it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And also I think there is a gear like that inventory kiosk inside our hangars anyway, from what I
Aesop
understand.
terminal.
Oh, here's the Aesop.
which
All
we
right.
have positioned in the hangar, so you can request your ships from within
Oh.
the hangar and not just the spaceport.
So they will still remain in the spaceport. So if you don't have a personal hangar in your location, you can request your ship also from there.
What we're doing is we're changing the way that the ships spawn in the game.
You can now
Oh.
request your ships from within the hangar and they will appear to you. But they won't just come out of thin air. What happens is the whole of the floor will open up.
You get this like amazing
That's cool.
view of the hangar, the lights dim, the doors open.
And the landing platform will be rising up towards you and your ship will be there.
Oh.
We try to balance it in a way that it
I love
doesn't
this.
take too much time for you, but also that it feels like it has the right weight to it, but also you don't have to wait for it too long.
Yeah, aesthetically,
So now
this is great.
you have a seamless transition
I'm all
and
about
a realistic way of storing your ships away.
Additionally, you can do clever things like call up a smaller vehicle, such as a ground vehicle, drive it off, and then call up a larger vehicle. Then you'll have access to your ground
Oh
vehicles
yeah, you
without
don't have to
having
like
another
fly with
location.
your ship somewhere else and like
Yeah, I
that.
know. Saves so much
tired
time.
of that.
Yeah. Now my question is this though, like when people get their Idrises, will there be enough room to move Hornets and stuff out of the way and then bring their Idris up
Yeah.
to fill them in? That's my question.
I mean, yes, because if you have a big ship that can load big stuff, you will get a bigger
You'll be able to
private
call up
hangar, right?
multiple ships.
Multiple ships. Okay, so this is the Hercules. This is a huge hangar.
Yeah,
That's a
but
lot of
because
room.
because the hangar is depending on the biggest ship you own. So
Now
if you
here's the question. There's a question now. What if you bought a new ship in game that's bigger than anything you pledged? What then?
True. Then fact
Do you-
is you should get an upgrade, something like that. It should get bigger too. Huh?
Okay, then what about all the stuff you've left in
That
the old
is laying
hangar?
around. I agree. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe have
I mean,
one person fly off
the
with one
stuff that
ship,
you left
call
in the
another
hangar,
one,
they
that-
could just put in the storage. Just it's not going to be out there anymore, but it's going to be in the elevator storage.
I
you know?
hope so.
another person in your party fly up with another ship. Or you can just call up a ship, change your mind, and then call up a different ship without having to leave or anything like that. It gives you a lot of flexibility. And I can already tell what some of you are thinking right now. We're not going to let the system like eat your body and store it into the inventory or anything like that. We'll make sure to account for that such that if there's a blocking change that happens, we'll stop the
Oops.
process go back up to the
Up,
default state, and
that's
then
me
tell
right
the
there.
player about the issue so that they can account
Oh,
for
no.
it. If
And
you
there's
do
Kaga.
want to jump into the platform just before
There
it
goes Kaga.
closes and fall to your death, you can fall to your death if you want to.
And how about putting, like a glass wall panel around it?
No, no, no. We need to fall to your death. We need to have the freedom to fall to
Just
your
not
death.
The choice.
So this is really cool, and we're really happy to get this in. It's been discussed for some years now, and
6 years.
Years.
6 years.
It was about 10.
6 years.
it's been a very tricky thing to fit in, and certain tech's required to be able to do it. You'd be able to have this hangar your own space and call your own ships and do a lot more within the hangar now.
Now that we're adding all of this new facility to the hangars in the game, allowing them to be persistent, adding these freight elevators, adding this ship platform, there's a lot of more things that we have to have in these hangars for them to be useful for what we're adding.
So the hangar sizes had to increase quite a bit. We did not want to do that originally in the beginning, but soon when we did prototyping, we figured out that not all the hangars, as I said, like the low-tech hangars in particular, are quite old by this point. Not all of them were to the same standards or metrics. So we figured that with the landing pad now going down, you had this gap for like quite some time before the doors close. So there was a very narrow walkway for the player sometimes. So we had to rejig some things and made it actually larger.
So the large and XL have had significant size changes. So the XL is about 20% larger, and the large is about 30% larger. So certain ships that were a little tight can now fit a lot more easily.
So you don't feel like your wings almost scratch the walls of it. So
Look at that room.
it feels a bit more natural and better to the play experience to land in your hangar now.
The medium,
Oh, thank God. No longer.
Wide ship.
Yay, we have room.
is the same but taller,
But you room 890 jump, most
and the
likely.
small has not been changed. But we have classified ships to fit into the medium that were once classified as small. So hopefully a much better player experience than there has been before. And it's been interesting to take the design of a elevator and the door and extrapolate that across multiple sizes. So in some cases you can kind of widen out the door and use the same shapes, and in some cases you need to think really about how those shapes work, and sometimes they don't work within a small door, for example, when it did work in a much wider door. So we've had to play around with that and keep them looking consistent with each other, but also adapt those shapes to work for each size.
So this is an actualization of a long-term goal for this entire cargo career, to make the whole thing feel more real. It means that the whole experience is going to allow for manual loading. It'll also feel more rewarding because it'll give you more interesting choices to make throughout the process. It'll make multi-crewing a more interesting and useful experience. It's going to just make the whole experience a more skill-intensive and interesting and tactile.
Okay, let's take a look here.
Another thing that we've talked about is automated loading in the games.
This is a little different.
Yeah, the screen is also curved.
This allows you to still do commodity trading without needing to actually move the boxes yourself. It will be an option in the commodity.
So estimated loading time, 10 minutes, 9 minutes and 36 seconds for 142 SCU of scrap.
Jesus. I mean,
Nah, that's like 1 minute for like 14. So it takes 1 minute to empty a vulture, let's say.
Yeah, so it looks like a little bit of pre-timing. Like, let's go ahead and buy
And
my
it
commodities. Yeah.
And it takes 20 minutes to empty a reclaimer. About 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But
But
because-
they didn't show how much it costs to move it. They say you have to pay. You can pay to have
Yeah.
automated.
At the bottom, isn't it
Terminal
not
win-
the 500 500 left, bottom left.
No, 81,600.
But that's. Oh wait, hold on. No. Okay, so it's 81. Okay, no, here he says here 8156K for the original cost, and then the total cost is
Maybe there's, like, a
576.
tax.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
576, no?
It's 576 SCU that's being moved.
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
about
but
so
then-
it costs. So it looks like it actually costs like barely 100. Yeah, it's 100. It's just 100.
But also, we don't know if the numbers are the right ones. Maybe they changed them, you know? Like
That
the
is
release.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Whenever you go and you pick the destination inventory, you'll be confronted with several options. One is the location inventory. The next will be all your ships that are at the location. If you choose a ship, you'll have the option to have it be automatically unloaded or loaded for you, of course, with an added cost. The ship has to be stored to allow for the transfer, and it will be time locked while that transfer is occurring.
Oh,
Different locations.
There, you look at that. So
Yeah.
while it's doing the automated, it's going to be
that's
doing
hard.
This thing.
That's hard, though.
I mean,
Yeah.
I understand it.
But
Yeah,
but that
but
also makes you want to do it manually, maybe sometimes, you know?
It depends on like how many boxes you need to move. So if you have
Yeah.
like 3 friends, go ahead and move it. But remember, like if you're doing this cargo mission, how much is the payout? You know.
Yeah.
in the game.
Also, while you're waiting for this, you might as well just go into town and, you know, buy something. or
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
some
but
other
if
things.
it's like 20, but if it's like 20 minutes on the reclaimer or something like that, you know?
So
Because
here's
that's
my
only
question.
because that's only the hopper space, the 240 units that you can store in the reclaimer. You can store
Mhm.
way more. So
Yeah.
Here's my question. He said something, and I was thinking about this earlier. He said something about you can go to your hangar if you have a hangar. What determines if
No,
you have
if
a
you-
hangar?
if you have a hangar in that location, he said.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so they actually mentioned this. So you can, when you summon up a ship at your home base, you have your own personal hangar, it's instant, it's yours, do what you want in it. Then when you're at I believe it was like a comment they made, where it says that like you also have instance hangars where when you call up a ship, it's technically not loaded in one of the hangars out there yet until you call up ATC. Then they'll bring once you're done doing your thing in your hangar, you're going to go ahead and just call yourself to. That's from what I understand. So, and then that instance goes away. It's not persistent.
Yeah.
And then your
Okay.
persistent hangar is yours. That's the one at your home base that could do what you want with it. Yeah.
Okay. That makes
Which
sense,
makes me wonder, I wish we could own more, because one thing they still haven't like addressed yet, and I'm sure like people were going to ask this question, people who own different types of hangars, like the area view hangar, the industrial hangar, the York and Revan hangar, that's like with our like game packages. I wonder if we're able to go ahead and select what kind of hangar we want, it'll change how it looks, you know?
Amounts of
Maybe.
time. Places that are more optimized for trade are going to allow for faster transfer. You'll be able to still
Okay,
Oh,
so different places will have faster transfers.
yeah.
So, okay.
do the trading. You just have to wait a little bit and pay a bit more money, so your profits won't be quite as good in that case. Once the automatic loading process is finished, you can just go to the ASOP terminal in the hangar, access it, raise it, and go off, and you're on your way. If you care about cargo, this is going to be transformational. But even if you're not interested in cargo at all, it's still a foundational change for the game that fundamentally changes principles about inventory, physicality, and your play experience.
The work's ongoing. We're nearly there. I think the team's done a great job on this. It's been tricky to get it working as it should be.
It's a big milestone for the game that's been years in the making and coming. While I'm here to talk about it today, there's been a large number of teams across the entire company that have helped. Everybody from art, animation, VFX, through to all of the gameplay teams, engine teams. We've had a huge effort from Austin, Montreal, Los Angeles, Frankfurt, Manchester. It's been a big endeavor. So I want to thank everyone that's been helping to see this vision through, and I'm really looking forward to getting this into your hands so that you can play with
You
it.
left Pico.
He'll be there when you get back.
You just see that
So
it
what did we
showed
learn
here.
this week? Well, we learned that the days of big ships scraping by the edges of player hangars are almost behind us. That you'll soon be able to spawn your ships and have them rise up directly into these newly expanded hangars. And that the freight elevators and item banks within will herald a new future of physicalized cargo loading that should have long-reaching ramifications for life in the verse. And of course, while everything you see on ISC is always an early work in progress, because of the dramatic and far-reaching effects these systems will have on all life in the verse, you can expect this work will continue to iterate and evolve from what you've just seen between now and its upcoming targeted release in Alpha 3.23. For Inside Star
What?
Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you.
Hold
We'll
on,
see
they
you
want
all
to get
here
this
next-
stuff to us by 3.23?
It's
Yeah, next
been
patch.
they've been saying that for the last couple months now. Like
I
Yep.
thought this was all work in progress stuff. I didn't think it was concrete 3.23.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'll show you the new like review window of it. Hold on, it's pretty
Excellent.
interesting. Yeah, hold on. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I forgot. He's got that meme thing. Here, basically, he's like, "Here, guys, have fun. Make your own image of the week." I'm like, "Oh God."
That's a mistake. It's a mistake. It's a mistake.
Yeah. So let me show you the release window. Robert Space Industries.
But yeah, just a short conclusion to what I like. My opinion is
Mhm.
everything that is oriented into making the game experience for the user better, like inventory not being a big pile of mess,
Mhm.
all items on top of each other, not really well
Not
sorted,
sorted or
or
organized.
yeah, or that you can find something, or that it actually makes sense for you to own multiple things, because it's not really worth for you to have so many things and you don't even remember in which stations you have some stuff. Now at least you have one place where you, if you store them, you know this is your home, and like it's not like storing in a station, you know, like
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
everything about this UI I love.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
way this is organized is just amazing. These separations here between, cargo boxes, backpacks, weapons, like
Yeah, you can
this is
basically
sorely needed.
Yeah, so you can pick like here's all the space in this. Looks like capacity 0 out of 8 SCU. So just throw everything in there, go have fun.
Each of
And then
these, so is each of these boxes, I don't know if you can see it, but is each of these boxes on this grid an item? And that's what it's
I'm
showing you.
probably so they said the one on the left is determining what's already on the grid in that freight elevator.
Okay,
So
so this is a freight elevator, and this to the right is our
yeah, we
item bank
pick what
inventory.
we pick what we want. Yeah,
Gotcha.
so
Okay, I thought this was like a breakdown of each container,
yeah.
but
And
no, this is our
also
overall.
look at this. Request platform inventory view or auto arrange. So if we're just throwing a mess in there, we can have it auto sort, looks like.
Yep, send to
Yeah.
warehouse. So if you just don't want to work with it anymore, just send it away and do it later.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also
it could
nice.
also this commodities can come up here too, so if you want to just do your own loading. So yeah. Yeah, and so yeah. So yeah, I like this. Where's that new MobiGlass as well? Right here. So for the most part, all of this is pretty. It's still technically the same, just they've only updated. Looks like just the bottom area. And then they changed up like the background, so they got rid of like the glowy blue Tron grid thing. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
um
mean it's more about making it more usable, right, than the
Yeah.
looks, because the looks you can change, but the thing is what we have right now is very clunky, let's call it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, yeah, we'll have to see how much room is on the edges. So if there is enough room to like put like, those larger like vehicles
Rovers, yeah, the ones.
like the tanks, the rovers, the Spartan vehicles. Hopefully there's enough room we can move them to the side and start loading like the Hercules.
Where he showed how he fell backwards into the pit
Multiple
with the
ships.
car.
Have a seamless
You actually
transition.
see that he drives into the elevator into it, like into the cargo elevator.
That is
or-
true. Yeah, it still makes me wonder how much room is there, like clearance is there, depending on which hangar
Yeah,
you
of
pick, I
course.
guess. Yeah, but this,
I think you don't pick. I think the hangar is only determined by your biggest ship,
yeah,
as he's mentioned.
yeah,
Yeah,
and also I don't
the way he
think,
said it makes sense. The biggest ship
Yeah.
is just what dictates your size.
Exactly.
Smart.
also this hangar right here, I don't think is a persistent hangar. I think this is just an instance hangar for you to land in. It's not yours. But I do see there is room on the edge there. Definitely enough for like cyclones and rovers. So.
natural and better to the.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, there was.
Yeah,
There it is.
There is
There.
actually one on the left. Yeah.
There's a rover. Oh, we got plenty of space. That's good space.
That's a Lynx?
That's a Lynx.
Holy shit.
Okay, so
Huge.
that's okay. We do have clearance. There is good enough space for Novas and Spartans in those hangars. Just run to the side and we'll load them later. Awesome. Great. All right. Well, I'm gonna be decorating my hangar with like just a Lynx in there for couches. All right.